Let's talk a little bit about the A Club in Trickcal, the Adventure Club, how it works, why it is so important you actually min-max a little bit this system, and everything related to it. As usual, before we start, hello degenerates, welcome back to Waifus. I'm Sefhi, your favorite gambling addict. 900 pulls! 920 exactly, for a 5-star Yomi. 900 pulls, I had to ticket 3 of them. This means I did 920 pulls for 2 copies. Okay, I'm tilted. I'm still tilted. But let's move past this. Let's move past the Yomi incident and talk about the Adventure Club. Leave a like, subscribe, help me with the channel, and let's start with why this system is so important. This Adventure Club is going to be giving you a lot of different resources you can use in multiple places. First of all, to level up your buildings. If I go to my headquarters, I can level up the building, and this is going to be increasing the max relic at the relic max level, the favorite apostle limit, so more stats for your characters, and the Fab Lab max level. This is going to be different every time, right? If you go to the 8th club, you can level it up, and you're going to be getting an extra slot to send your characters into part-time jobs. If you go to the banquet hall, same thing. You're going to be getting new recipes, more slots to actually craft food right here. You can actually go on and make food with different resources, etc. So it's important to get those resources. This is like a minor thing though, because the most important one is going to be the Fab Lab, interesting name they choose for it, okay? So this Fab Lab allows you to craft a lot of different things. First of all, a lot of furniture that is going to be giving you reputation. This reputation means you can level up your relic level. Your relic is your idle rewards. Early on, it's like 2 hours. You need to log in 30 times a day. But if you level this up right now in Korea, as you can see, level 24, it's 18 hours instead. This also increases the amount of gold you get, the amount of stamina you get. I get on a daily basis around 300 stamina, 280, I believe it is right now at level 24, and that's not even like the max level. So once again, this allows you to log in only once per day and get more stamina, which is always good. Those things are great, but one of the most important parts that people skip a lot, it's actually the laboratory right here. This Elena laboratory is gonna be giving you a lot of passive flat stats. Okay, as you can see, if I keep scrolling, all of this is flat stats, and you might be thinking, okay, it's flat stats, but it's not that much, it's not important. But it's 9 different pages of, again, flat stats if you keep scrolling, and that's 9 on global. We're gonna be getting more later on as well. So the amount of stats you can get here, it's really important that you actually go every single day and be like, okay, what do I need to keep going to the next level? And you need, for example, these musing chips. These musing chips is gonna be your mid-game, end-game farming. You're gonna be needing thousands of them. And the good thing is that you can craft them also by getting resources from the A Club, right? So everything is tying to the A Club. In order to be making your musing chips, you actually need to be crafting these circuit board pieces, which cost also delicate coal shards. So as you can see, everything ties up. You farm the stones, you craft the chips, you craft the circuit board. Later on, there's gonna be some characters that directly will give you this, so you don't have to craft them. But again, that's later on. And that's why the A Club is so important, because it's going to be giving you resources to level up absolutely everything. Your characters, the flat stats, the buildings, all that great stuff. Now, how does the Adventure Club work? You will have early on only 3 attempts to send characters on part-time jobs, if you will, whatever they are called, I don't know. Every character will have a main skill and up to 4 super skills. So let's say you want to be going on a part-time job, which I can't because I already used my attempts. So let's say I want to go on a part-time job with Aya, right? Which, by the way, this interface is new on Korea. At some point we'll get it on global, but it's the same. As you can see, Aya has 1 main skill, and she will have up to 4 different sub skills. The main skills and the super skills will affect the success rate of each part-time job, and also how many resources you are getting, and if you are getting a super success, which is going to be giving you one of these thumb up coins, these adventure coins. So pretty good. Also in Korea, not available in global yet, you can see what type of drops these characters will give you. As you can see, Aya mostly is going to be used for cooking materials, and then for some upgrade materials like these gears right here. So if I go into a part-time job with Aya, you will see that each job that I can pick will have a main skill and the super skills. The more skills and super skills that match your character, the higher the success rate and the higher the resources you will get. I think that's pretty simple to explain still, but just in case, it's also important to note that, as you can see right below here, there is a stress bar, and this stress is bad because it means you're going to be also getting less resources when you use too much the same character. So you cannot just spam the same character all the time. You need to be taking some of these jobs right here that reduce the stress. So I need to be picking, let me remove one of these. I need to be picking some of these jobs that will reduce stress, and then you can go into a part-time job, and then she will just get the resources for you after she completes all of them. In Korea, they have made this a little bit faster, and you can directly use all 6 with one character, so you can repeat the same part-time jobs 6 times, or however many attempts you have every day, right? For global, we still don't have that. Now, that said, I think that's pretty simple to understand. Let's talk about what characters are good to use and why those characters are good to use. The meta changes early game to mid game to late game, so let's start with the most obvious one. Cooking resources early game are not necessary. You don't really need, because we're getting so many gifts and so many things thrown at us that is less needed. But there are plenty of characters that, for example, Diana, that we're going to be giving you food. What type of cooking materials you want depends on the type of foods you need. If you want to know what foods your character like, go to the website, click on a character, and you can see their favorite foods right there, okay? It depends on the character, obviously. But food itself is like lower priority. Early game, the highest priority is going to be physical labor apostles. And this is because they are going to be giving you 2 things, wood, and some of them are also going to be giving you stone. And those 2 are the most important resources early on in order to be leveling up your buildings all the way to, I believe it's like around level 6 or 7 that you will stop needing these many materials, but they are always needed. So early on, characters that can give you either stone or wood, or both of them, are the best characters. And the best character for this is actually Alet. Now, this is different. They changed this, okay, in Korea, and I feel robbed about this. In Korea, the best character early game is Big Wood. Look at this, both. Wood and stone. And now I'm forced to use Alet instead of the best girl, Big Wood. I feel betrayed. So you're gonna be using Alet early, mid game until you get enough. Any character that gives you stone and wood is great. Mid game, this changes a little bit because obviously you want these stones instead. Now, the good thing about mid game is that there are some characters that instead of giving you these stones, will directly give you these chips crafted. As you can see, it's locked because I need to be level 10 and she's level 8, Rufo. The problem is that this has been changed. That's what I cannot recommend you characters for mid game to late game, because Rufo has been changed. A lot of the characters are no longer the same for this system. And if I go here, she should be an agility character, Rufo, and she is no longer an agility character. So characters with the agility lifestyle skill are gonna be most of the time the ones that can give you those materials, but we need to wait until we reach mid game, which is gonna take at least 3 weeks, a month, maybe 2, depending how slow this is to level up, in order to see which ones are the best. But as a general rule of thumb, anyone that's giving you stones, both fine metals or the other ones directly, which I don't know what they're called in English, these ones, the delicate gold shards, or these ones right here, those characters can be used to actually accelerate your crafting when it comes to chips. And I say chips because it's the end game farming. And I say those specifically because if you go into the laboratory and you go into the rank, I don't know, 4, 5, whatever it is, and not for this, for the passive stats, you're gonna be needing a lot of chips, a lot of batteries, a lot of chips. Now, this will change the more you go up, right? If I go to the highest rank, it's gonna be different legendary materials and different, right here, for example, these ones. It's gonna be different for the end game, but early game and mid game, you're gonna be farming raw resources and those chips. And then later it will change, but we still don't know what characters will be great there. That said, though, that's, I think, everything I wanted to explain about this system. If I was jumping too much and you guys didn't understand, let me know in the comments any questions you have and I'll answer them. That's it. That's everything for the Adventure Club TLDR. Use Alet early on for any character that gives you a sturdy stone and soft trees to level up all of your buildings. And then when you're done leveling your buildings, focus on the upgrades on the laboratory, which just depends on what characters you have. We are live every single day. Links in the description down below. Good luck with your pool, the internets. I'll see you on the next one.